you all. It's the JS Living. Welcome to my Watch Me Wednesdays. Hey. Okay. Enough of that, y'all. It's Wednesday, y'all. Hump day. How do y'all feel about that? Yes. Okay. So, I don't know how many times I'm gonna say it, y'all. I really enjoy doing this. You don't understand how much. So I should really start calling this like a questionable Wednesdays or something. But I don't know. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well. So I've got 2 questions today to answer. I love answering y'all's questions. These are sent via email sometimes, or some of these questions are things that I've gotten from people in the past, and I just feel like it's useful information for you guys to know. So if you do have any questions, please leave them in the comment box. Alternatively, you can always go on my website and subscribe there, and then you can send me messages in the contact box on my website, thejsliving.com. So definitely go there and check out my content. Like if you guys want to see more of me, which I know you do, if you want to see more of me, then you can definitely do that. It's got a link to my Facebook and my Instagram up there, so you guys can catch me outside. No, I'm kidding. I'm so bad with the puns, y'all. I'm so not funny, but yet I'm hilarious. Alright, that's enough of that. No, seriously though, you guys can check me out on my website, www.thejsliving. Definitely subscribe. I've got free chapters of my books up there. Pretty sure you guys want to read that, because who doesn't like free excerpts from a book? Like, who doesn't want that? But also it's a good way to follow me in my social media and keep up with my Saturday Facebook lives at 5:30 p.m. Be there or be square. Okay. I promise I'll stop with the lame jokes and whatnot. Okay, so today the question I was asked and I'm going to answer is, how can I connect with other writers, and what should I be doing to foster a lucrative career in writing? Like most of the questions that have been asked thus far, these things go hand in hand. They work in tandem. How can you connect with other writers? 1, write, or don't, but I'm hoping you're writing. And 2, you can connect with me on my social media, on my websites, by subscribing and liking this channel. But on the real, if you want to connect with other writers, it's typically as simple as going to some sort of writers conference. There's plenty of them offered. Some of them are actually free. You can also connect with writers through social media. I follow a few groups, like Writers Helping Writers on Facebook is one of the groups that I follow. So you can go on Facebook and find groups like that. Instagram also has like a great place to connect with other writers and just talk to them and send them things. Tumblr, if you really want to connect with writers, like Twitter has all the book and writing and publishing people on it. Twitter is the whole book industry. Like, the whole book industry is on Twitter. So writers, agents, readers, everybody, they're all on Twitter. So you guys can definitely connect with some people on Twitter. The other thing is your school. You know, if you're in school right now, whether it's elementary, middle, high school, college, doesn't matter which one it is. If you're in any level of schooling, you can probably find the English majors, and they're all probably writers of some sort. So you can connect on your school campus. Let's see, how else? Flyers, ads, you can advertise for them if you really want to. Your local library, you know, your local library probably has some writers around there. Starbucks, I promise you can probably almost always find at least one starving writer at a Starbucks. If not a Starbucks, some other coffee chain that might not be located in Seattle, but you know, like my hometown, Augusta, has like a Buena Cafe, and I know people go there and write. Barnes and Nobles, let me tell you, I've spent a good chunk of time writing at Barnes and Noble. So Barnes and Noble is also a great place to connect with writers. That's really it. Like those are all the places that you can connect with other writers. But I think it's really important to try to make on the real, on a real serious note. I think that the best place for you to connect with other writers and other people within the publishing industry would be conferences, because you can bring your business card. People typically bring their business cards. You guys can, you know, if you get in a conversation with somebody and you find that you're really vibing well, you guys can swap information. It's a good place to find your beta readers, which are people who read your books for free and give you critique. Sometimes they ask for you to beta read in return, which if you're asking somebody to read your work like out of the goodness of their heart, I would expect you to do the same for them. So conferences are a great place to find beta readers. You might also be able to find book reviewers and bloggers at these conferences, and having those connections is great, because if you want a lucrative career in writing, you're going to need to be able to connect with all of these types of people. Conferences are also great because they give you opportunities to pitch your work to agents through like pitching competitions and whatnot. It also gives you the chance to ask those agents and editors questions that you wouldn't otherwise get to ask them, or that you might get to ask them, but it might, like, they either might not respond, or it might take them too long to respond because they've got a million and one things to do on, you know, with their social media and stuff as well. So I think conferences are like a really safe space. They're like really safe bubbles where you can address all of these things. And for a lucrative career in writing, it's really important for you to be able to network and market, and obviously you have to sit down and write. Like, you can't have a lucrative career in writing without writing. That's the main component there. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth it to make those connections while you can. If you're in school, I wish I had taken more advantage of all the opportunities that SCAD offered me when I was in school, because when you're in school, you have ample opportunity to connect with all sorts of people, and you don't know where they'll end up or where you'll end up, but at the end of the day, if you have that contact information, it doesn't matter. They might be the person that you need to contact later on. I know that a lot of writers are introverts, some of us are like me and they're ambiverts, and then you have I feel like it's very few who are extroverts. I feel like most writers are introverts, but I'm an ambivert, so I like to be all by my lonesome most of the time, and then other times I like to be within a crowd of people. So, but it's usually like a crowd of people that I know, and it's not a large crowd. It's like groups of 5 or less. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, even if you're an introvert, you need to take the time to be able to communicate and connect with other people. I have so many connections from school and from going to writers' conferences that I can honestly say that I am a blessed person, because I can contact these people and be like, hey, I'm working on this thing. Can you look at it for me? And if they have the time, they'll do it. Or, we keep up with each other's lives and careers when we can, and it's just an amazing thing to see how much your colleagues, or your colleagues is probably the wrong word. I was just talking about effective communication not too long ago. Your peers, That's the word I'm looking for. It's so awesome to see like how your peers grow up and what their fields are in and how their career grows. It's a wonderful thing to see. So I would definitely take advantage of school. So anytime there's like any writing contests, if your school has like a magazine that you can contribute to, then I would do that. Any opportunities to get published or to connect with other people, do that thing, and that will lead you to a lucrative career in writing, as well as allowing you to connect with other writers. That's my advice. I cannot promise you that you will automatically get published or anything, but I can tell you that that's the way to go. Oh, and the other thing, I wanted to share this other thing too. So when I was in grad school at SCAD, I'd go to ATV Fest, which I think is still I think Gaming Fest is a new one. So it's not super new, but ATV Fest is pretty like new-ish for SCAD. I don't think it's been around as long as some of their other things. But anyways, so I was there, and every year that they do ATV Fest, from what I could see, they have a panel from Nickelodeon. And Nickelodeon, like, they have such an amazing panel every year. I really love it. But the one thing that Karen Kirkland, who is really well known at Nickelodeon, like, she's the top woman to like contact if you want to write in TV for Nickelodeon. She knows all about the Nickelodeon writing program and whatnot. So, but one thing that Karen Kirkland always says is make sure when you go to conferences that when you have a business card of some sort, like just have a professional business card, and make sure that you're always introducing yourself. And if you vibe with somebody, or if somebody asks you for your work, send them your work. Send it to them, in its most polished form, but send it to them when they ask. Or if you guys exchange, information and like you want to use them as a future contact, then you should contact them like when the event's over, and then like if they don't say anything, you should try to reconnect with them like 2 weeks later. Or I might have gotten that wrong. Maybe it's that you're supposed to like contact them 2 weeks after the event in general. But either way, like you want to make sure like you contact them while the event is still fresh in their mind, so that they remember you and they don't forget you, and you can continue to cultivate and nurture that relationship. Like I wish that I had listened to the advice, because now I'm like, yo, I should probably try to get in touch with Karen Kirkland, but she's not going to remember me because it's been like a whole year since we had that conversation. Let me tell you, that year that I actually spoke with her, that was a really embarrassing year. Someone was like, oh, I tried to talk to her and she kept shying away, and I was like, did I have to tell her the whole thing that happened? Anyways, that's neither here nor there. My point is, take advantage of any and every opportunity to meet whoever, whenever you can meet them. You never know when somebody might be doing something that's right up your alley, and you guys might be a mutual benefit to each other. So make sure you do that. All right. That being said, I'm going to move on to our prompt for today, mostly because we're getting pretty long into this video. And I promise to do better about keeping these shorter. So today's prompt is Remember Me. It's on page 27 of our workbook, The Write-Brain. The Write-Brain. You guys know this is my favorite thing. So grab your Write-Brain workbooks, or just your notebooks, or both, and make sure you've got a pen. We're on page 27. I said in a previous video, I think it was a previous video, that we would be doing all the exercises in this workbook, but I just realized that people who don't own this workbook, some of these exercises will be pretty difficult for them to do. So I'm gonna just stick with like the easier ones, like kind of like the ones we've been doing thus far this month. So we probably won't get through all 400 of them, but we'll get through quite a bit of them. Anyways, this is what it looks like. If you have the workbook, this is page 27, Remember Me. I'm gonna read the prompt out, And then I'll give you guys like some time where you can pause the video to do your own writing. And then I'm gonna read you guys what I wrote. And then, you know, we'll do our usual closeout. So, remember me, page 27. It says, this is a personal ad from a local newspaper. Chris, last Tuesday, 8:45 p.m., Book Bin Cafe. Want to thank you again for the cappuccino. You made my day. Haven't been able to get you off my mind, especially your hair. Went back 3 times to look for you, kicking myself for not asking for your phone number. P.O. Box 8281. Write how the scenario unfolds. Start with, I don't usually. So I'm going to read the prompt one more time, and then I'll give you guys some time to write before you tune back in to hear what I did. So remember me, page 27. This is a personal ad from a local newspaper. Chris, last Tuesday, 8:45 p.m., Book Bin Cafe. Want to thank you again for the cappuccino. You made my day. Haven't been able to get you off my mind, especially your hair. Went back 3 times to look for you, kicking myself for not asking for your phone number. P.O. Box 8281. Write how the scenario unfolds. Start with, I don't usually. Alright, so that's the prompt, guys, and I'll give you some time to do it. I'm gonna I'm gonna dance for you. Yeah, this is terrible dancing. I know. Oh. You done yet? You done yet? You done yet? You done yet? Yeah, you're done. Okay. I really hope you guys fast forwarded or at least paused that terrible dancing of mine. Yeah, okay, so I'm not gonna read the prompt a 3rd time because this is really long. So I'm just gonna read from the I don't usually part. I don't usually read personal ads, but this one called to me. What if, I thought, I write this person? I thought about it and decided that I should. So I took a pen and paper and began to write, but it didn't feel right. Didn't feel normal. So I switched to ink and a quill pen and instead wrote on my calligraphy paper because calligraphy is pretty. There, I thought, that's better. Ever since then, Chris and I have exchanged many letters. But we've never met in person. I've learned so much about him that I feel that we're a perfect match for each other. I want to continue this forever. But we can't. Because the last letter I sent him contained the truth. I am not Book Bin Cafe girl. I'm not. But his response to that letter was only 2 words. I know. Yeah, guys. That's what I wrote. That's what I wrote in my big dream notebook. So, I don't know. I might actually continue that story letter. I think that'd be interesting. Like 2 people writing letters with each other, never ever meeting each other, and still ending up together. I think that's a cute story. I don't know. You guys probably know by now. Like, I have an obsession with letters. Like, all of my prologues for the Blood Quest are in letter format. I guess it's because, like, people don't write letters anymore. And so, I don't know. I'm fascinated by them. Oh, also, I didn't get to show you guys. I forgot to tell you. Like, you like my Doctor Who shirt? I love my Doctor Who shirt. So I picked this shirt today because I knew we were doing the Remember Me, prompt. And there's this episode of Doctor Who where, like, one of the characters has to literally forget him. And it's so sad. It's Donna, y'all, it's Donna. And it's so sad when it happens that I'm just like, if only she could remember him. Anyways, I don't know. This prompt kind of reminded me of the episode of Doctor Who, so I was like, I'm wearing Doctor Who shirt for that. That's really all I got for you guys. I really hope that this has been informative. I hope that you learned something. You can definitely catch me on the next Watch Me Wednesday. It's next week. Spoiler alert. Don't forget to tune into my Facebook Lives at 5:30 p.m. every single Friday. Be there or be square. Pretty sure I already said that, but you know, it's still the same. Be there or be square. Yeah. And also, don't forget to subscribe to all my social media pages and to this channel. Yes. The JS Living, at the JS Living, all of my handles. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to this video. I will answer any and all questions that I have the knowledge for that are posted in the comment section. So I hope you guys will definitely do that, and be sure to tune in to the next Watch Me Wednesday. Love you guys. Peace out. Bye.